No deal.
Brought to you by Brady Industries, a provider of commercial cleaning supplies and equipment throughout the western United States for over 65 years. Brady Industries Clean Solutions, a tradition for generations. Number one.
Sorry, I'm patiently waiting to get here.
Good.
Oh, big deal, no deal. BYU is ranked 113th nationally in scoring offense.
Jerem.
Big deal. If they were higher, they would be 2-0. Because scoring in the teens in those first two games, that's tough, right? New offense, obviously, the learning curve. I mentioned that yesterday. But it is painful that BYU lost the game in which they had 6 turnovers, but offensively could only put up 19.
No deal for the 70 reasons I have mentioned earlier on about venue, location.
No deal that they're 113th?
No. Look at the opponents and how early in the season it is, and it's only been 2 games.
If we look at the opponents, you're going to tolerate that all year based on the opponents?
I'm not. I am tolerating it because BYU played the best defense they're going to play all year last week.
Yes,
on the road.
And the offense didn't help the defense.
On the road.
Win that game.
Goodness.
So if they're 113th after week 8, you're okay with that because of the opponents?
No, that's a totally different conversation. Not every defense is going to be as good as Utah.
Okay.
Don't come at me with that weak stuff.
You said
Let's go,
because
man.
of the opponents.
Oh,
there's
yeah,
a bunch
Utah.
There's a bunch of tough opponents on
and
the
who
schedule.
else has as good a defense as Utah?
Michigan State can
No.
hang. They were in the
No.
Final Four.
No.
Utah had a very cute division co-title. Michigan State went to the Final
I don't
Four.
care. Different team. Last year. Different team. Number
We'll
2.
see when we get to Michigan
Number
State.
2.
Big deal, no deal. No Kai Nakua for the first half versus Josh Chosen or Rosen.
I think this is a big deal because Kai Nakua is a playmaker in that back end. In the first half last year in the Rose Bowl, he had an interception in the end zone. There's a reason that was a 1-point game. Part of it is because Kai Nakua prevented a score on that drive. This is a big deal. Rosen can sling it. Nakua's BYU's best ball hawk on that team, so this is a big deal to me.
100% big deal. Next.
Big deal, no deal. Jake Oldroyd is 3 for 3 this season.
This is a big deal. He had a couple of low 40s. What was it, 42 and 43-yard field goals against Utah?
Yes.
That's a big deal because now BYU can get into the 20s and they can try and kick a field goal. We'll see if he's a 45-plus kind of guy. But with all the question marks, and I wasn't ready to say, yes, one kick from Jake Oldroyd means the field goal situation's over. That was a 33-yarder. I am now confident that Jake Oldroyd can come in and hit field goals, and we'll see if he can go 45-plus.
This is a big deal because it tells me this young man can compartmentalize when it comes to making a pressure kick. And do you think his 3 kicks have been pressure-packed at Utah? 2 of them from 40-plus and a game winner against Arizona? This is a big deal because BYU has found a gem, at least for a season. Green cleats for the win. Next.
Last one, big deal, no deal. BYU has 2 top 10 teams on campus right now.
Oh, this is a big deal. Women's soccer is 7. Women's volleyball is 9. We thought that soccer would be good, but they might be better than we thought at number 7. They're fantastic.
Volleyball for sure is better than we thought.
And volleyball is way better than we thought because we thought it'd be hard to replace Alexa Gray. And granted, we're 3 weeks into the season, but 9-0 is perfect.
This is a big deal because if you have teams on the map and you have teams in the national conversation, I don't care that they're Olympic sports. It's just good to be in the top 10. It adds to the overall awesomeness of your athletic department.
And then maybe you could be added to a conference because that matters, apparently.
BYU would win the Big 12 in soccer. Like, that's no debate.
I would love to find out, Spencer. And next year.